So this is the control panel. So it's a little, I tried to make it as close to the original as possible, but obviously because of the, different button configuration and size, I had to move things around. But so I have the start button here, and like the go to back to the menu button here, and they kind of mimic the player 2 buttons, which would have been right here, and then the jump button, and then what would be, button number 2 is here. It's a little, a little different, but I think it, keeps the kind of feeling of the original. So that's the control panel. The other big thing was the joystick was a real problem. Originally I had gotten this this little Sega Genesis like keychain thing, and you can see the USB port there, and that would go to composite video to a TV, and it had like like 10 games on it. I don't know, it was like $12 or something on, I think I got it on buy.com or something. So I was able to hack into it and get the buttons and the joystick to work and everything, but the joystick just was not very good. I had it originally in, this is my prototype here, and I had it so it would fit in there. And this, I was thinking about just actually kind of using this even for the CP because it had enough buttons on it, and so that just fit in there like that. And then but again, the joystick just was not very good. I was able to find this joystick on DigiKey. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really small. It actually has nice actuation. It's like smaller than the width of my thumb. It has 4 contacts for the 4 directions and the common in the middle there, and it's a pretty nice little joystick, and I think it was like $12 or something. And I was really psyched when I got this. I mean, I got a few from them, different ones to try out, but this thing ended up made the whole thing worthwhile because the controls are really responsive and work, and made it so it's fun to play. So that's that. Just to give you another idea of what the scale was on this, there's the little, here we have, everybody's familiar with one of these. This is just an IL, micro switch push button that most of us have used if you build a control panel for MAME or anything, or any arcade control panel or fighter stick or anything. But to give you an idea, so this button is almost the whole width of the control panel. If you can see, if I can zoom in a little bit there. So yeah, you can see what the scale of that is. So if we had one of these on the control panel, it would take up a third or half of the control panel. Let's see, we can see if we can play another game. Let's play it. Miss Pac-Man's good. Let's try that. I'm not very good at Miss Pac-Man, but oh, that's a good sound. And then we have alright, again, I'm not very good, but the nice thing about these controls are, again, you can they are really relatively responsive. I mean, you can kind of get out of tight situations and move however. You can do little kickbacks and I'm not going to get all of them. Anyway, oops. But I think you get the idea. So anyway, there you go. There's one board. But the last thing I wanted to show you was kind of the inside. So I think we'll take a look at the back there. So you can also see this is the sides. So there's the artwork, and again that was printed on that same vinyl and then covered with a clear vinyl plastic. Actually, the CP is covered with a polycarbonate and printed on the same vinyl, and the bezel, like the bezel artwork was actually printed on the vinyl, and I actually used like a spray clear finish. So in the back there's, if you can see, there's 4 hex screws in there that are 2 there and 2 there, and then you just take an Allen wrench and take those out, but I won't make you guys watch all that. And I wanted to make it so that you could take it apart, get to stuff, especially the all of the information, all the ROMs and the emulators are all on a little SD card in there, and I need to be able to get to that. So this just sits in, and so there's like 2 sections. So here you can also see the marquee lights, and then if you look closely, there is a 15-pin kind of connector, and I'll zoom in so we can see that a little bit better. So that's the connector, and so in there we have all the buttons and the joystick and all that stuff is wired to there, and then I can take this apart if I want to get to more fine-tuned stuff there. And then here I made just a little out of a black bezel to go over the cover the kind of CP board, but you can see, actually let me turn it off so that light's not in there. So you can see these are the LEDs that light up the marquee. This is the bezel, and then this is the actual board that went inside of here, inside of the whiz there. And then so I don't know if you can see there's the, that's the D-pad that was hacked, and underneath there is the other buttons. And then this is I had hacked into that. I don't know what they call it, but that's their proprietary pin that has all the information and stuff in it. And then on this side, and here, this is actually, it's kind of tight in there, but this is the SD card in there, and that's where all the games are. And I can take that out and put that into a computer and put new stuff or whatever else I want to it. And I have all the wires kind of going down through there and then coming through here. And then also, I don't know if you can see, this is that piece of plexiglass that's wrapped in black electrical tape and then comes out the back there. And so when I turn this on, you can see this, the light up here, and it sends the light through so we can see it back here, which ended up working out kind of better than I hoped for, because the LED is too small to really move. And then the other piece is I made these kind of little inset screws so that some of my other projects I just used wood screws, and then after you take it apart a few times, the wood screws, the wood gets chewed up and the screws don't hold as well. So this time I decided to use little insets. So then I'm just put the wiring back in there, and then to put it together, it just slides in like that, and then I look up under the top to make sure that the marquee light goes right place, like that, and she's back together. And then I could put the screws back in, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So we'll play. Let's see if we can play one more game. I'll show you what I have one vertical game on here because I love Space Harrier, and it's actually almost playable on the vertical cabinet. So let's see. So is that in focus? Pretty much. So what you see is it just crops the left and right side of the screen off, but it'll play, and which is pretty fun. But you can see the character goes all the way off the left and right hand side of the screen. And again, this is an analog game, but you can get right now you can see I can get the corners if I'm pushing really hard. But it's you know, mildly playable, which is kind of fun to see. I might try to see if there's any other horizontal games that are, you know, that you could stick in there. But that's about it. So just to give you kind of one final look at it, we'll zoom out and take a look and make it a little bit lighter. But again, that's it. That's the mini Donkey Kong cabinet, and so that's it. Cheers.